Under a vast, azure sky, a golden field shimmers, promising bounty and peace. Young Yusuf, pure and bright, dances through the high grass, his laughter echoing. Yaqub watches, his eyes reflecting a deep, abiding love for his son. Father and son, a bond forged in joy, share a moment of perfect harmony. The golden field stretches to the horizon, a testament to their shared happiness. In this idyllic Canaan, their world is painted with innocence and affection. Soft lamplight bathes Yaqub's humble home, shadows flickering with the fire's breath. Yaqub's face, a map of time, speaks volumes as he gazes intensely at Yusuf. Yusuf's youthful features glow in the warm light, his eyes reflecting ancient understanding. Faith, Yusuf, is the compass that guides us through life's darkest storms, Yaqub says softly. Yusuf listens intently, his gaze unwavering, absorbing the weight of Yaqub's wisdom. Righteousness is the anchor that keeps us steadfast amidst the raging tides, Yaqub declares. Under the Canaan sun, Yusuf's brothers watch him from afar, their eyes gleaming with envy. They gather, a tight knot of resentment, their faces shadowed by unspoken schemes. Whispers weave through the air, each word a thread in their dark conspiracy. Malice etches deeply into their features as they plot against their brother. The fields of Canaan become a stage for their simmering hatred. Unspoken threats hang heavy, poisoning the air with their treacherous intent. Dust devils swirl on the sun-scorched desert road as the brothers near Yaqub, their expressions carefully neutral. False innocence coats their voices as they implore Yaqub to let Yusuf join their games. Yaqub's keen eyes search theirs, a wave of profound unease washing over his weathered face. A heavy sigh escapes him as he yields, a dark premonition overshadowing the bright desert day. Foreboding settles like a shroud, a silent omen hanging in the desert air. Under the Canaan sun, the brothers reach a desolate well, its depths a stark contrast to the harsh light. Yusuf's desperate pleas echo unheard as his brothers seize him, their faces grim and resolute. He is thrust towards the dark abyss, his cries swallowed by the well's silent, gaping mouth. Yusuf plummets into the darkness, his screams fading into the echoing void. The brothers stand at the well's edge, their shadows stretching long and ominous in the desolate landscape. Only the faint echo of Yusuf's cries remains, a haunting reminder of their cruel act under the unforgiving Sunday. From the heat, the brothers appear, their faces grim, Yusuf's bloodied shirt clutched in their hands against the desert. Their steps heavy, they approach Yaqub, a cruel story about a wolf ready on their lips. They fabricate a story, a cruel tapestry of lies woven around a wolf's savage attack. Yaqub listens, his face etched with disbelief that slowly morphs into agonizing grief. In the dim light, Yaqub sits hunched, his body racked with inconsolable sobs, a figure consumed by overwhelming grief. Tears stream down his face, each drop a testament to his profound sorrow, etching lines of anguish onto his skin. He clutches a blood-stained shirt, the wrinkled fabric damp with tears, a tangible symbol of his unbearable loss. Long, distorted shadows stretch across the room, mirroring the profound sorrow that permeates the air. His faith, once unwavering, now visibly tested, etched in the lines of his face and the tremor in his hands. Alone in the well's darkness, Yusuf's face radiates serenity, his faith a beacon against despair. He bows his head, a silent prayer escaping his lips, seeking Allah's strength in this desolate solitude. The well is silent, save for Yusuf's quiet prayer. A fragile light descends from the opening, a single ray symbolizing hope in the abyss. Yusuf's unwavering belief illuminates the oppressive darkness, a testament to his inner resilience. His faith echoes in the silence, a profound connection to the divine in the heart of the desert. Under the scorching sun, a long caravan wends its way across the vast desert, heat radiating from the sand. Camels groan as they approach a well, a crucial oasis promising respite from the arid journey. Instead of water, the bucket reveals Yusuf at the bottom, sparking surprise among the weary travelers. A murmur spreads, the caravan realizing Yusuf's potential value, their expressions shifting with newfound greed. Eyes gleaming with avarice, they hoist Yusuf up, plotting their journey to Egypt, dreaming of riches. Under the relentless Egyptian sun, the slave market buzzes with a frenzied energy, voices rising above the shuffling of weary feet. Yusuf stands tall amidst the throng, his regal bearing a stark contrast to the rough-spun clothes he wears. Buyers circle, their eyes like hawks assessing his value, each glance a calculated measure of strength and worth. Yet, Yusuf's gaze remains fixed on the distant horizon, an unyielding defiance burning in his eyes. His unwavering stare cuts through the chaos, a silent promise of freedom amidst captivity. Inside Al-Aziz's opulent palace, sunlight illuminates intricate mosaics as Al-Aziz leads Yusuf through the grand hall. Al-Aziz, in fine robes, gestures toward Zuleika, whose expression remains an enigma in the radiant light. Al-Aziz's voice echoes through the palace, entrusting Yusuf's care. "Treat him well, Zuleika." Al-Aziz's gaze lingers on Yusuf, hope and expectation mingling in his eyes. "I sense great potential in this young man." Years later, Yusuf, now a handsome and wise young man, serves Al-Aziz in his opulent palace. The palace bustles with activity, a testament to Al-Aziz's wealth and power. Servants glide through the halls, attending to every need with practiced grace and diligence. Yusuf embodies unwavering loyalty and integrity, a beacon of virtue in the luxurious court. Flickering candlelight dances across the opulent bedroom as Al-Aziz's wife smiles, a silent, silken invitation offered to Yusuf. Yusuf stands frozen, his face a battleground of conflicting emotions under the weight of unspoken desires. He averts his gaze, seeking inner strength against the allure of temptation that fills the air. Jewels glitter, silks flow, but Yusuf remains still, wrestling with the silent promise of the lavish bed. Yusuf sprints, a desperate plea etched on his face as he navigates the opulent hallway of Al-Aziz's palace. Driven by fury, Al-Aziz's wife pursues Yusuf relentlessly, her eyes blazing with righteous anger. Her fingers grasp at Yusuf's shirt, the tearing fabric echoing through the hall as she tries to stop him. They burst through the doorway, a whirlwind of motion and raw emotion. Al-Aziz enters, his face an inscrutable mask as he witnesses the unfolding chaos before him. In Al-Aziz's opulent hallway, his wife points a trembling finger at Yusuf, her false accusation hanging heavy in the air. A hush descends as the accusation echoes, the opulent setting a silent witness to the unfolding drama. A witness, cloaked in shadows, hesitantly steps forward, breaking the tense silence with a suggestion. Perhaps we should examine Yusuf's shirt. The tears, they might tell a story," the witness whispers, eyes darting nervously. In the palace hallway, Al-Aziz holds up the torn shirt, his fingers tracing the jagged edges with growing intensity. He examines the tear closely, a dawning realization creeping into his eyes as he notes the fabric is torn from behind. A wave of understanding washes over Al-Aziz, the weight of betrayal hitting him hard. The truth dawns, stark and undeniable, his wife's deception laid bare before him, a cruel revelation. A moment of acute realization as Al-Aziz recognizes the innocence of Yusuf. The torn shirt hangs limply in his grasp, a symbol of shattered trust and a palace intrigue unveiled. In the opulent hallway of Al-Aziz's palace, shame permeates the air as Al-Aziz confronts Yusuf. Al-Aziz's face is etched with disappointment as he speaks in hushed tones. "Yusuf, this matter must remain private." His voice firm, he insists. "Absolutely no one can know." Turning to his wife, Al-Aziz's expression softens with sorrow. "My wife, seek forgiveness." Under the blazing Egyptian sun, the city streets teem with life, a vibrant tapestry of merchants, children, and hushed gossip. A cacophony of sounds rises, blending the calls of vendors with the innocent laughter of children. Whispers about Al-Aziz's wife spread like wildfire, igniting a scandal in every shaded corner. Women gather, their furtive glances and hushed tones fueling the growing storm of rumors. The bustling streets serve as a stage for secrets, where every shadow holds a whispered revelation. Al-Aziz's home buzzes as his wife greets gossiping women, ushering them into a world of hidden tensions. With a dramatic flourish, she presents each woman with a gleaming knife, its sharp edge reflecting unspoken intentions. A moment of stunned silence hangs heavy in the air, thick with anticipation and concealed motives. She dramatically unveils Yusuf, who stands bewildered, caught in a web of intrigue and female power. The women gather in Al-Aziz's home, an atmosphere of reverence filling the air. All eyes are drawn to Yusuf, his striking beauty captivating every gaze. Lost in admiration, the women's eyes widen, their attention solely on him. Mesmerized, they inadvertently slice their hands, unnoticed in their entrancement. "He is not a man. He is nothing less than a noble angel," they exclaim in unison. Sunlight bathes the opulent room, highlighting intricate designs and casting long shadows that dance across the walls. Al-Aziz's wife stands, a figure of defiance amidst the splendor, her eyes flashing with raw emotion. Her voice trembles with a mix of anger and desperation, cutting through the stillness of the room. "I tried to seduce Yusuf, but he refused," she declares, her confession hanging heavy in the air. "I was infatuated, and I make no apologies for feeling what I felt," she admits, unrepentant in her boldness. In the cold prison cell, Yusuf bows his head, whispering a prayer to Allah against the oppressive silence. His voice, a low hum, seeks refuge from temptation, yearning for strength amidst the clinging darkness. In the depths of his faith, Yusuf finds a fragile solace, a shield against the prison's despair. "O Allah, grant me strength. Protect me from temptation," he pleads, his words echoing in the somber cell. Yusuf walks into the stark prison, an aura of unexpected peace surrounding him. Cold stone and iron bars frame Yusuf, unjustly imprisoned, yet his heart remains serene. Other prisoners watch, their gazes a mix of suspicion and curiosity. Yusuf's calm demeanor stands in stark contrast to the harsh prison environment. Trust in Allah's plan radiates from Yusuf, a beacon in the desolate space. Eyes follow Yusuf as he moves deeper into the prison, a silent question hanging in the air. Sunlight barely pierces the prison's barred windows, casting long, stark shadows across the unforgiving concrete. Yusuf sits wearily on a worn bench, his face a roadmap of hardship and time. Two young men hesitantly approach Yusuf, their eyes filled with a mix of hope and trepidation. "Young man," one asks, "I dreamt I was pressing wine, Yusuf. What does it mean?" Young man two follows. "And I dreamt I was carrying bread on my head. Can you interpret it, Yusuf?" Yusuf stands in the stark prison center, a beacon of serenity amidst the desolation, his presence commanding attention. He proclaims his mission, to interpret dreams, offering a glimpse of hope to the captive souls. His voice rises, resonating with conviction, as he speaks of Allah's oneness, challenging the idols of the past. A hush falls over the prison as his words sink in, curiosity and a fragile hope flickering in the prisoner's eyes. The air is charged, heavy with the weight of their pasts and the promise of a new understanding. Within the dimly lit, cold prison cell, Yusuf sits in serene meditation, his face a study in intense concentration. "Your dream foretells that you will serve wine to your master," Yusuf says, his voice echoing in the stone chamber. A chilling contrast as he turns to another inmate. "But yours speaks of crucifixion." His interpretations, precise and insightful, leave no room for doubt, casting a pall over the prisoners. In the dim prison, Yusuf's hopeful face pleads with the man about to be freed. "Please, when you see the king, mention me. Tell him of my innocence," Yusuf says, hope filling his voice. But as the man walks away, shadows darken his face, Yusuf's request already fading. Yusuf watches, his heart sinking as the heavy prison door closes, swallowing his last hope. Flickering torchlight casts long, dancing shadows across the hieroglyphic-covered walls of the opulent royal chamber. The air hangs heavy with the scent of incense and ancient secrets. In the heart of the palace, the king of Egypt thrashes violently in his sleep, caught in the throes of a nightmare. A sheen of sweat glistens on his brow, betraying the turmoil within. In Egypt's royal court, anticipation hangs heavy as sunlight illuminates dust motes dancing in the grand hall. Advisors in ornate robes fidget, their hushed whispers filling the air with unspoken tension. The king, an imposing figure, surveys his court from the throne, his gaze sharp and assessing. Towering columns cast long shadows, their grandeur a stark contrast to the advisor's nervousness. The king gestures, his face etched with concern, a silent command that cuts through the unease. Confusion clouds the faces of the assembled advisors, their anxiety palpable in the sunlit hall. Sunlight pierces the prison's barred windows, dust motes swirling as the former cupbearer remembers Yusuf, his face etched with worry. The cupbearer recalls Yusuf's unique gift, interpreting dreams. Approaching the king, the cupbearer pleads, "Your Majesty, I remember a man, Yusuf, who had the gift." His voice trembling, he begs, "I beg your permission to go to the prison and ask him." In the dim prison, shadows stretch long as a cupbearer approaches Yusuf, his face etched with concern. "I have come to you, Yusuf, to seek your wisdom," the cupbearer pleads, his voice echoing in the stone cell. Yusuf listens intently, a flicker of understanding in his eyes. "Tell me the dream." 7 fat cows devoured by 7 lean ones. What could this mean? The cupbearer asks, desperation in his voice. Yusuf's voice resonates with certainty. 7 years of abundance, then 7 of famine. During the years of abundance, the king should store the harvest carefully, Yusuf advises, his gaze steady. Sunlight floods the prison cell, dust motes swirling in golden rays. Yusuf, a beacon of serenity, gestures with gentle authority. "The dream signifies 7 years of plenty," Yusuf declares calmly. His eyes gleam with wisdom as he speaks of impending famine. "I advise the king to store food," Yusuf urges, his voice resonating with foresight. Inside the grand hall, sunlight paints colossal pillars as anticipation fills the air. The king sits upon his throne, his gaze fixed, captivated by unseen events. A flicker of astonishment dances in his eyes, a silent acknowledgement of the extraordinary. With an emphatic gesture, he directs his guards, a silent command echoing through the hall. The king rises, awe and respect etched upon his face, honoring Yusuf's wisdom. Inside the stark prison, Yusuf stands unyielding, his eyes burning with fierce resolve. He refuses freedom, bound by his unwavering demand for justice and truth. His voice echoes through the stone walls, resonating with powerful conviction. "I ask the king to investigate the women who cut their hands," Yusuf declares, his gaze unwavering. His words hang in the air, a challenge to power and a plea for long-awaited vindication. The prison remains his stage, his steadfastness a beacon in the heart of injustice. The royal court of Egypt buzzes with nervous energy as the women await the king's judgment. Sunlight pierces the hall, accentuating the opulence and the women's anxious faces. The king sits on his throne, his expression unreadable as he observes the assembled women. His piercing gaze sweeps across the room, adding to the palpable tension. The king's voice cuts through the silence. "Tell me about Yusuf." Sunlight floods the grand Egyptian court, illuminating the anxious faces of the assembled courtiers. Veiled women step forward, their voices trembling as they prepare to recount the hidden events. Their testimony begins, each word piercing the heavy silence, revealing Yusuf's innocence. Whispers ripple through the hall as the women accuse the wife of Al-Aziz of attempted seduction. The pharaoh listens intently, his expression unreadable as the long-buried truth surfaces at last. Tension hangs thick in the air, the revelation casting long shadows across the magnificent court. Sunlight floods the royal court, highlighting Al-Aziz on his throne, his face a mask. His wife stands before him, her remorseful face a stark contrast to Yusuf's quiet strength. "I confess my guilt," she cries out, her voice echoing in the vast hall. Yusuf is righteous. Tears stream down her face as she admits, "I tried to tempt him, but he remains steadfast." Sunlight floods the opulent royal palace, illuminating its majestic grandeur. Upon his throne, the king smiles, a beacon of benevolence and power. Yusuf stands before the king, radiating dignity and profound wisdom. The king honors Yusuf, a voice narrates, and appoints him as the head of the storehouses of Egypt. The king's trust in Yusuf is absolute, his wisdom deemed invaluable. He trusts Yusuf completely and values his wisdom, the narrator reveals. Inside the vast Egyptian storehouses, Yusuf surveys the scene, his expression a mask of unwavering resolve. He directs the careful management of supplies, preparing Egypt for the looming famine with meticulous precision. The people of Egypt watch him, their eyes reflecting profound gratitude and respect for his selfless dedication. A palpable sense of hope fills the air as Yusuf works tirelessly, a beacon of fairness in a time of impending hardship. Under the scorching Egyptian sun, throngs of people gather outside the city gates, desperate for sustenance. Dust devils dance around the weary travelers, their faces etched with hunger and hope. Among the crowd, Yusuf's brothers arrive, their eyes scanning the horizon, unknowingly approaching their lost kin. Unbeknownst to them, Yusuf watches from afar, his heart heavy with a mixture of longing and trepidation. The city gates stand as a stark boundary between desperation and potential salvation, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. Yusuf sits on his throne, a figure of regal composure, his gaze sweeping across the grand court. His brothers enter, their faces marked by worry and desperation, approaching with deep bows. They seek to buy grain, their humble plea echoing in the vast hall. Yusuf watches, his eyes sharp and observant, recognizing them instantly, memories flooding back. His face remains impassive, concealing his true identity behind a mask of regal authority. He studies their demeanor, testing their character with a calculating gaze. Sunlight floods Yusuf's court as he sits on his throne, a picture of regal authority and quiet contemplation. His gaze sweeps over his brothers, a thoughtful, probing look in his eyes as he assesses their loyalty. "Tell me about our family," Yusuf commands, his voice echoing through the hall, demanding truth and fealty. Yusuf's concern deepens as he inquires, "How fares my father? And what of our youngest brother?" A subtle decree hangs in the air. "I wish to meet him. Bring him to me on your next visit." In the bustling court, Yusuf's movements are cloaked in shadow as he discreetly returns the goods to his brother's bags. Each action is precise, calculated, ensuring their inevitable return with their youngest brother in tow. His face, previously veiled in secrecy, now bears a determined glint the moment of revelation draws near. The weight of his concealed identity seems to lift, replaced by anticipation. The air thickens with unspoken tension, the stage set for a dramatic unveiling. Yusuf's eyes reflect a mixture of resolve and suppressed emotion, ready to confront his past and embrace his future. Under the Canaan sun, Yaqub's home appears, a silent witness to the drama unfolding. Yusuf's brothers arrive, their faces etched with a mix of anxiety and determination. They tell their father about their encounter, their voices weaving a tale of foreign lands. Their words hang heavy in the air as they try to persuade him. "Let them take their youngest brother to Egypt," the narration concludes, sealing their fate. Beneath the scorching Canaan sun, Yaqub stands before his home, a mask of deep worry etched upon his aging face. Hesitation clouds his eyes, reflecting a deep-seated fear as he contemplates the weighty decision before him. Young Binyamin stands beside him, his youthful eagerness a stark contrast to Yaqub's inner turmoil. A painful memory flashes across Yaqub's mind. Yusuf, his lost son, the wound still raw after all these years. Silence hangs heavy in the air as Yaqub wrestles with his fears, the weight of the past pressing down. With a slow, heavy nod, Yaqub finally relents, a mixture of resignation and fragile hope flickering in his eyes. Yusuf's brothers return to Egypt with Binyamin, their faces etched with anticipation after their long journey. Yusuf greets his family with open arms, a radiant smile masking the secrets he holds within. Away from the prying eyes of his brothers, Yusuf draws Binyamin aside, his expression softening with brotherly love. In hushed tones, Yusuf reveals his true identity to a shocked Binyamin, his words a soothing balm to years of longing. Yusuf reassures Binyamin of his safety and protection, his eyes promising unwavering support and familial bond. Flickering candlelight casts long shadows across Yusuf's face as he sits on his throne, lost in thought. A cunning plan takes shape, his eyes gleaming with newfound resolve. He signals a guard with a subtle gesture, initiating the first step of his scheme. A royal cup, crafted from gleaming gold, is discreetly placed into Binyamin's travel bag, unseen. The theft occurs swiftly, unnoticed amidst the court's activity. Yusuf leans back, a subtle hint of satisfaction playing on his lips, anticipating the accusation to come. Yusuf's brothers stand frozen, their faces stark with disbelief, as the gleaming royal cup is revealed in Binyamin's bag. The air crackles with tension as the brothers grapple with the weight of the accusation against their youngest sibling. "Please, Your Majesty, there must be some mistake. Binyamin is innocent," they plead, their voices laced with desperation. "We beg you, release him. He is our youngest brother, our father's most beloved." The brothers' pleas echo through the court. Yusuf's stern gaze cuts through their pleas. "Justice must be served," he declares. "The law is clear." Under the harsh Egyptian sun, Yusuf's brothers trudge toward Canaan, heads bowed in defeat. Dust-caked robes mirror the desolation in their hearts. The weight of Binyamin's absence is a heavy burden. Remorse etches deep lines onto their faces, a stark contrast to their initial hope. They tell their father about the incident, the narrator says, their voices heavy with guilt and regret. Under the Canaan sun, Yaqub sits outside his home, his face a landscape of worry, etched deep by the desert wind. Grief shadows his eyes, yet a quiet strength emanates from him, a beacon in the harsh light. He grapples with the news of Binyamin, each grain of sand a reminder of his loss. Yaqub remains steadfast in his faith, the narration whispers, a testament to his unwavering spirit. Trusting Allah, he awaits reunion with his sons, his hope a fragile bloom in the desolate landscape. In Yusuf's court, his brothers stand humbled, their desperation palpable after their betrayal. Their clothes are travel-worn, a stark contrast to their former confidence. Faces etched with regret, they bow low before Yusuf, seeking his mercy. Their eyes plead, a silent testament to their changed fortunes and dire need. They seek aid, their voices hushed with humility and repentance. Their deepest wish is Binyamin's release, a plea for redemption hanging in the air. In the opulent court, Yusuf's face is a canvas of pain and resolve as he stands before his kin. The air vibrates with unspoken tension, each brother reeling from the weight of Yusuf's impending revelation. He inhales deeply, his gaze sweeping across their shocked faces, steeling himself for the unveiling. Casting aside his guise, Yusuf exposes his true self, a radiant beacon of truth piercing through the court's facade. Sunlight floods Yusuf's grand court, casting a golden glow on the faces of his assembled brothers. A wave of relief washes over them as Yusuf stands before them, his presence a beacon of hope. "Brothers, the past is behind us," Yusuf declares, his voice resonating with warmth and understanding. "What matters now is that we are together," he continues, bound by faith, patience, and forgiveness. In his regal court, Yusuf, calm and composed, prepares to address his brothers with an air of gentle authority and grace. Yusuf gestures towards a simple yet exquisitely woven shirt, resting on a cushion, central to the unfolding scene. With profound intention, Yusuf reveals the shirt's miraculous purpose, a beacon of hope amid looming despair. "Take this shirt of mine," Yusuf instructs, his voice resonating with calm certainty, "and cast it over my father's face." Yusuf's eyes gleam with compassion as he promises, "It will restore his sight, a testament to faith and love." Yusuf's brothers return to Canaan, their father's home a looming silhouette against the horizon. Anxious anticipation fills the air as they approach, each step heavy with the weight of their secret. They clutch Yusuf's shirt, its fabric a tangible link to the brother they betrayed. The shirt carries the scent of a distant land, a constant reminder of their deceit. The familiar structure of Yaqub's home now feels alien, tainted by their actions. Their faces are etched with a mixture of guilt and trepidation as they prepare to face their father. Under the Canaan sun, Yaqub's home radiates warmth, awaiting its inhabitants. Before his sons appear, Yaqub deeply inhales, his senses heightened. A familiar scent envelops him, sparking a profound recognition. "I perceive the scent of Yusuf," Yaqub exclaims, his voice filled with emotion. Guilt and hope mingle on the faces of Yusuf's brothers as they approach Yaqub's home in Canaan. They cast Yusuf's shirt over Yaqub's face, a silent plea hanging in the air. Miraculously, Yaqub's sight is restored, his eyes widening with tears of joy and disbelief. "All praise be to Allah," Yaqub cries, his voice filled with overwhelming emotion. Outside Yaqub's home in Canaan, camels laden with goods stand ready for their journey, bathed in the warmth of the Sunday. Yaqub stands tall, his face radiant with joy, surrounded by his loving family, their hearts full of hope. Gratitude shines in their eyes as they prepare to travel to Egypt, a long-awaited reunion drawing near. The air is filled with anticipation as they embark on this pivotal journey, their spirits soaring with renewed purpose. At the city gates of Egypt, Yusuf stands tall, a figure of strength and pride against the ancient backdrop. He waits, a beacon of welcome, ready to honor his family with every fiber of his being. A single tear escapes, a testament to the depth of his emotion as he embraces his parents. His grip tightens, a silent promise of protection and unending love conveyed in the heartfelt embrace. Turning to his brothers, Yusuf envelops them in a warm embrace, brotherhood and kinship solidifying. Overwhelmed by the long-awaited reunion, Yusuf stands as a pillar of family amidst the Egyptian Sunday. Inside the royal palace, Yusuf, adorned in royal attire, leads his parents into the hall. The hall buzzes with the hushed anticipation of the gathered people, their eyes fixed on the approaching figures. With gentle hands, Yusuf guides his parents toward the majestic throne, a symbol of their reign. He helps them ascend, honoring them before all, a gesture of profound respect. Yusuf's family bows their heads, acknowledging his greatness and the moment's solemnity. Sunlight floods the royal palace, casting a golden glow on its opulent interior. Yusuf sits on a cushion, lost in reflection, his expression a mix of peace and contemplation. A gentle smile appears on Yusuf's lips, a silent acknowledgement of the blessings in his life. His eyes soften, filled with gratitude for the journey he has traveled and the trials he has overcome. "I am grateful to Allah," Yusuf whispers, a heartfelt expression of thanks for divine mercy. "For reuniting me with my family after so many years of separation," he continues, his voice filled with emotion. Sunlight paints the marble floor with geometric patterns as Yusuf kneels in the palace, a figure of devotion, forehead to the ground. He loses himself in prayer, his body a testament to unwavering faith. "Allah, I pray to die as a Muslim," Yusuf whispers, his voice echoing in the grand hall. "And to be joined with the righteous," he implores, dedicating his life to divine service. Beneath the vast Egyptian sky, Yusuf surveys the sprawling fields, a gentle smile reflecting his contentment. The land thrives under his rule, a tapestry of green, promising abundance and prosperity. Farmers till the soil with joy, their laughter mingling with the sounds of harvest, a symphony of peace. Families flourish, their lives a testament to Yusuf's just and compassionate leadership. Inside the grand mosque, Yusuf's powerful presence commands attention as he stands at the front, a figure of profound serenity. His voice, filled with unwavering conviction, guides the congregation in prayer, echoing through the sacred space. Sunlight streams through the mosque's intricate windows, illuminating the devout faces turned towards Yusuf. More than just a spiritual leader, Yusuf's presence radiates political influence, solidifying his authority. The faithful listen intently, their hearts and minds captivated by Yusuf's words, a testament to his power. Yusuf's leadership weaves together faith and governance, uniting the people under his respected guidance. Under the blazing Egyptian sun, city streets burst with life, a symphony of movement and vibrant energy. Joyful faces fill the avenues, an outpouring of gratitude visible in every smile and gesture. Banners bearing Yusuf's likeness flutter in the breeze, symbols of hope waving above the crowd. The air vibrates with excited chatter, a chorus of voices rising in unison. Drums beat a rhythmic pulse, their ancient sound weaving through the heart of the celebrating city. The royal palace glows, chandeliers casting warm light on intricate carvings. Yusuf sits among his family, contentment etched on his face. Laughter fills the air as stories are shared, creating a tapestry of joy. A deep connection binds them, a moment of peace cherished. The hall echoes with familial warmth, a sanctuary of unity. Memories are woven into the night, strengthening bonds and creating lasting impressions. Under the scorching sun, Yusuf journeys across the vast, endless Egyptian desert, a solitary figure against the horizon. The sun beats down relentlessly, turning the sand into a shimmering expanse. Lost in thought, Yusuf reflects on past lessons and trials, his face etched with the wisdom of experience. Each grain of sand mirrors a moment of contemplation, a silent testament to his journey. He is a man forged by the desert, his spirit as resilient as the ancient land he traverses. Sunlight floods the royal palace, illuminating the ornate decorations as Yusuf sits upon his throne. Visitors from distant lands approach, seeking Yusuf's wisdom and counsel. Yusuf listens intently, his expression conveying profound understanding. Rich tapestries adorn the walls, reflecting the kingdom's prosperity and history. A sense of tranquility fills the hall as Yusuf promotes peace among nations. His presence commands respect, his words carrying the weight of wisdom and justice. Yusuf stands beside the majestic river Nile, his eyes reflecting the river's timeless flow and the vast sky above. His face is a picture of serene awe as he beholds the splendor of creation around him. Lost in reverence, his gaze lifts towards the heavens, acknowledging the divine artistry. His lips move in silent prayer, a quiet expression of gratitude for the blessings bestowed upon him. The tranquil scene of Yusuf by the Nile encapsulates a moment of profound spiritual connection and peace. Flickering candlelight dances across the opulent royal palace, casting long, dramatic shadows on the ancient walls. Yusuf, frail yet regal, is encircled by his sorrowful family, their faces mirroring love and impending loss. "My beloved family," Yusuf says, his voice soft but firm, "as my days draw to a close, have unwavering faith." He continues, imparting wisdom. "Embrace patience in the face of adversity, for it is through patience that we find strength." His gaze softens with compassion. And above all, practice forgiveness. Forgive those who have wronged you, as forgiveness is the key to inner peace and reconciliation, Yusuf declares. In the opulent royal palace, Yusuf breathes his last, surrounded by those he held dear. A serene stillness descends as his spirit gently departs, leaving behind a palpable void. Grief etches itself onto the faces of his loved ones, their eyes reflecting profound sorrow. His legacy of righteousness and compassion remains, a beacon of hope in their mourning hearts. Yusuf's memory, a testament to his noble life, is forever enshrined in the palace and beyond. Under the relentless Egyptian sun, the city streets pulse with life, yet a pall of grief hangs heavy in the air. Faces etched with sorrow move through the ancient streets, each step a lament. Mournful whispers of Yusuf echo in the sweltering heat, a name revered, now lost. The city weeps for its leader, a prophet whose memory lingers in every sun-baked stone. A collective sorrow blankets the city, each shadow a reminder of Yusuf's absence. The very air seems to vibrate with the unspoken grief of a city mourning its beloved leader. Inside the Grand Mosque, a sea of Egyptians turn towards Mecca, their faces reflecting devotion under the stained glass light. Sunlight paints colorful patterns on the prayer rugs as the faithful kneel, united in their sacred ritual. The air is thick with incense, a fragrant veil over the low murmur of ancient devotional chants. Each person is lost in their supplication, finding solace and unity in their shared faith and remembrance. A collective moment of peace washes over the mosque, honoring Yusuf's memory with heartfelt prayers. Under the relentless Egyptian sun, Yusuf's tomb rises, a solitary testament to faith against the vast desert. The sands whisper ancient tales of devotion, stretching endlessly, embracing Yusuf's legacy. A beacon of patience, Yusuf's tomb inspires, its silhouette a powerful symbol of resilience. Divine wisdom echoes through the ages, emanating from the tomb, a silent promise across the barren landscape. Golden sunlight drenches the Canaan fields as a young boy chases butterflies through the tall grass, a fleeting moment of joy. He pauses, eyes closed, a faint smile gracing his lips as he recalls the story of Yusuf, faith echoing in his heart. Opening his eyes with newfound resolve, he embodies the unbroken cycle of faith, a promise in his gaze. He throws a smooth stone, imagining it soaring towards a distant dream, a symbol of hope taking flight in the Canaan Sunday.